was asked questions about the party, how to strengthen the party, the electoral process. I was asked about Parliament, how to strengthen our group in Parliament. But most of all, I was asked questions about the country and my views for repairing our damaged economy and also improving governance in Ghana. It was a very serious interview. And I do think that because of the experience I have, the committee and myself, been impressed at the delivery that I gave. But the work starts now, and I don't underestimate the onerous responsibility I'm taking upon myself. We all know the situation we have in our dear country, Ghana. It needs all of us to step up to the plate and try to rescue this country and put it back on its feet. And so I have offered myself on May 13th, we will go to our primaries, both for presidential and parliamentary.
Wow. Adam, what do you make of it? He has Dufour to contend with, etc. Yesterday I was reading some comments from a particular page on WhatsApp, had some big brains there. They said he may not stand a chance against Dufour.
Roland, yesterday I was part of the team that accompanied.
You were there?
I was there, yes. And it's actually the reason why I'm in Accra. I left my constituency because I wanted to be part of the president's vetting. And so I was there. And he was in there. He entered alone to meet the 12-member vetting committee. And they spent about an hour or so. And when he came out, that's when he gave the address that we just listened to. Roland, I have so much respect for all the other individuals who picked form to contest.
Who are the other individuals? I know of
Dr. Kwabena Dufour, very, very fine gentleman. The Honorable Kojo Bonsu, former mayor of Kumasi, very, very fine gentleman. And I know of one Ernest Kobia. And so there are 4 so far that I am aware picked forms. And President Mahama went for his vetting yesterday. The rest will also go through the same process. I have so much respect for all of them. But the stark reality is that President Mahama will receive an overwhelming endorsement from the rank and file of the NDC.
How did you come by that conclusion?
Roland, I am a member of the NDC. On daily basis, I engage with the rank and file of the party. I speak with people beyond even my constituency. And I can tell you for a fact that President Mahama should record nothing less than 98% in these primaries. My constituency, my beloved constituency, Ketu North, we have promised him 100%. This morning, he will be in Kaswa. I know the chair. I spoke to the chairman for that constituency, the Honorable Ufosu Ejari, who also promised him 99.9%. And across the country, all the constituencies are declaring overwhelming endorsement for President Mahama. So, though I have respect for the other individuals, but they will not make any significant gains in these elections. The country is in a mood that they cannot wait to have the return of President John Dramani Mahama. And I know, like he said yesterday, when he wins on 13th May, overwhelmingly, Dr. Dufour, Kobia, and Kojo Bonsu, the Honorable Kojo, they will all come. He will rally all of them around the NDC flag and will put this country first and work towards this country. But as I tell you, all the other 3, put them together, they will not get even 2% of the vote on 13th May.
I don't know when Adam decided to constitute himself into an EC official, but what do you make of the bold pronouncement of the former president as he went through the vetting process, Bernard?
Well, it's natural that political parties should want to organize vetting for prospective aspirants. Just as when you have been appointed as a minister and there is an end of term and you are appointed again, you have to go through parliamentary processes. So it is for President Mahama to go through the vetting processes. Otherwise, there was nothing to show. He has been president. He has contested Flagbearer on 2 other occasions. And therefore, what questions do you want to ask him that you did not ask in the previous times? So I thought that it's an exercise that was just a formality.
Yes.
I would not be surprised that yesterday, probably during that session that you said he went in alone, probably they were just having a tete-a-tete and having something to laugh about, but not see really anything.
He said it was a serious interview.
Well, that is what he came to tell us. We were not there, and so
let's take his word.
So I don't think that there is. I think that contests are essential.
Yes.
I think that where I said Kojo Bonsu
Yes.
is a very dynamic young man.
Yeah.
He is a brand ambassador, brand officer. He has spec, he has style, and
One
he has
for the future.
he does. If you know about branding, he was the head of Ago magazine. He was one time head of the National Sports Authority. He also became head of GOIL before he moved to the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. I wish them well. Dr. Dufour had been one of us in the Nkrumah's political family. He had indicated his preference to contest for us. Later, he changed his mind and joined the National Democratic Congress. He became Minister for Finance, subsequently when Mills won.
The best.
And I think that he has contributed his due. If he decides to offer himself for the party that he later found love with, who am I to say don't go? But the current reality is that I think President Mahama continues to have overwhelming support. What I think is the challenge going forward is the betrayal, the backstabbing, the abysmalness of the MPs belonging to their side in Parliament to defy party. And see, where I come from, Saka, some members of my family who belongs to other political parties decided that for the love of their parties, they will sever a relationship with me and went all out because of party. They defied every other thing. I do know that marriages have collapsed because of preference from political parties and support for some individuals as MPs. Some people suffered their marriages. Some people have suffered eternally relationship that cannot be repaired because they wanted some people to vote. So when people from my village, Sankana, decided that for their love of their party, they will go and campaign and vote for an MP, and that MP comes and defies the party and goes to vote,
you think that's problematic?
it becomes, you think that next time when I'm coming from my farm and then I meet a Saka who is carrying some money back and tells me that, bro, come and join us, take this money and go and probably take some cocoa. And then I tell him that, no, I love my party. Saka will simply remind me, the party you love, they were in Parliament and they chose not to love the party. And they did what will satisfy their bellies. And then I will be convinced. I am implying that they have a Herculean task moving forward from the disastrous performance that their MPs showed in Parliament. I think that they did not only betray the NDC, but they inflated the hopes of the many Ghanaians. Look, if NDC decided that they were going to support the approval of these ministers, nobody would have raised an eyebrow. But you gave an impression that you were united behind the opposition of the MPs, the ministers.
That's where the problem is.
And then when you lifted people's hope and you inflated them, you just took a pin like a balloon, poop. And there, everybody is gone down.
And you think this will be problematic?
It is a problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Just make your last comments on this, and then we can...
First of all, I think that John Dramani Mahama, with the benefit of history, is going to win over those others. But if you look at the NDC properly, just suppose that one with what analysts have predicted. You remember the Economic Intelligence Unit? They came out with a prediction, and they are a group of people who have never failed in their prediction. They said that in 2024, the NDC stand a chance of, disturbing the MPP of winning power. But they can only do so with a candidate other than John Dramani Mahama.
So
They said-
John Mahama is not the candidate that will win the NDC.
Exactly. And that is the reason why some of us have come to the conclusion that the NDC have already lost the 2024 election.
Won't it also depend? Won't it also depend on the candidate of the MPP?
It will not depend on the candidate of the MPP. We know our candidate already.
Who's your candidate?
We know him. we know the heir apparent.
Japan.
We know the heir apparent. We know the one.
Is it Dr.
I mean, we know the one at the Flagbearer house.
No.
Who is deputizing the president? I know the heir apparent already. But I'm saying, you see, you want to distract me. I have some 5 minutes to.
No.
You see, I am saying that the Economic Intelligence Unit prediction have never failed. And from the way things are going, the NDC, so the John Dramani Mahama will have.
So it's going to be John Dramani Mahama and then Mahmoud Bawumia.
But you see,
based on the Economic Intelligence Unit's prediction, it is Mahmoud Bawumia.
You listen.
When did they release
I'm
that?
saying,
yesterday,
I'm
the
saying,
Blasters
oh
won.
please, forget about that. You see, when they talk, when they were
Please,
talking,
when you get,
the
don't
opportunity was
distract.
given
Please
them.
continue.
Yes.
Don't be distracted.
So I'm saying that first of all, Ghanaians
Now I'll
know
get a chance to
who
make a
John.
comment.
Ghanaians know who John Dramani Mahama is. Ghanaians know,
Yes.
and they would not want to go back to the inglorious days of John Dramani Mahama, the days of Dumso, the days of incompetence, the days of corruption, the days where he, as president himself, was cited in corruption activities. For instance,
example.
I mean, the Ford expedition matter went to Shiraj. Shiraj indicted him.
How?
On the basis that he himself did not even follow the rules that he set for his appointees. It's something. I mean, it's something that is open, and for such a person to be coming back to power or to be coming back. I'm coming.
Party.
For such a person to be coming back, for the New Patriotic Party, we will not have problem with it. But I know definitely.
So it's going to be John Mahama.
I know definitely.
John Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud
The NDC will lose heavily because once again, John Dramani Mahama has always be at the helm anytime they fail to collect their results. In 2016, they could not do it. 2020, they could not do it. They ended up in courts embarrassingly.
All right.
You know, to the extent that I've said in Katia has to say that even how to present the matter to Chacho Chikata was difficult for them and all those.
Roland,
and then that person
Please end for me.
is coming back as flag bearer. For the MPP, we are waiting for him.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
We are waiting for him. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is
John
waiting
Dramani
for
Mahama.
him. And of course, I mean, if the two
Saka
of them...
Salia. Saka Salia is a lead communicator for the governing MPP and the government of Nanado Dankwa
We are told that
Kufuado.
the MP for Kumawu
Yes.
passed.
I was just about to
And
announce
then
that.
it's incumbent upon us to sympathize with the family in particular. And
That
to
is
the new
Philip
patriotic
Atta Baswa.
to the new patriotic party and to Parliament as an institution. Such losses are very painful, particularly so when we told that he was in Parliament. He suffered a jolt, rushed out of Parliament. I think the day before they took the inglorious vote on the ministers. Then we are hearing today that he's passed. My condolences and real...
He didn't take part in the vote.
He didn't, because he was not available on the second day. On the first day that they couldn't take the vote, he was there. And then he suffered this unfortunate decline, only to be told that he has passed on. This is painful to his family, to the new patriotic party, and also to the Parliament, and of course to the entire Ghanaian community. I wish their family strength, and to also commend the Blasters for their gallant stance yesterday. I think that if they had done some substitutions earlier, probably we could have leaped. That notwithstanding,
playing with Angola 1-1.
that notwithstanding, we got a point and still maintain Ghana at the tops, and so we will qualify the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah. Okay. Edem Agbana is
You push me to stop.
Parliamentary aspirant.
Parliamentary candidate
Okay.
for Ketu North.
Parliamentary candidate hopeful for Ketu North. Edem Agbana.
Bernard says you can make a presumptive parliamentary
Oh
candidate.
no, I endorse him.
That is, yes.
Edem Agbana, presumptive parliamentary
But Roland, just to
candidate.
conclude, I also
And
joined.
then we're announcing to you that the member of parliament for Kumewu has passed on at the age of 54 years. And he entered parliament in 2012. And Philip Atan Baswa is his name. I hope that I'm pronouncing him well. So, Sakasalia, thank you for
Thank
passing.
you very much.
Roland,
We're
I also joined my brother Bernard to wish the family of the late member of parliament well. Death is very painful, and when it happens like that, all of us by our culture must join. It doesn't matter which political party you belong to. But before I conclude, it's important to set the record straight.
So the family.
I also wish the family
You're not known to
condolence.
No, but
I mean, he was a very good man, and his demise.
You know him personally?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know him personally. His demise is, felt sadly
Across
the
rank and file of
the
the
rank
also
and
lost
file
a
of
branch,
the NPP.
a branch organizer yesterday in my process.
We'll do our best to see how we will organize the film.
I said I also lost a branch youth
All right.
organizer.
So Sakasalia is going to lead the government team to see how we.
Well, you don't want to say anything about that.
You lost
I lost a branch youth organizer yesterday.
Oh.
I visited him
Condolences.
at Flagbearer last
Yeah,
week, and
then he
yesterday we
passed
lost
on.
him at
May so rest in peace.
Yeah, may so rest. Yeah.
Okay. We're taking a break.
Roland, in Wale,
We'll
when
be
they
right
say
back.
you are a Pelman,
We'll take you to the Black Star Square or the Independence Square because Bellamundi, sorry, Bellamuna. Bellamundi is right there. We'll be there live. We'll bring you all the latest as far as this is related. Dr. Salifu Combat, you're the group CEO for the Combat Pharmacy Group. You're based in Boko. Have a great time as well, alongside your wife,
Salifu.
Flora. Dr. Salifu Combat. Have a great time.
Do you know him?
Yes. It's my